Jelena Bosanac is here with us with her lovely movie, Nach Hoollywood, which is screened in our World Cinema Selection. Let me, first of all, welcome Jelena to our festival and our Q&A session. We are very glad to host you here, even in it's virtual. Let me introduce you to our audience a little bit, then we can continue our conversation. Jelena Bosanac is a Soviet Croatian actress. She graduated drama at the Academy of Arts in Belgrade. During her studies, she was invited to by IITA Festival. Jelena studied 1 year performance studies in Hamburg and was involved in 2 performances, which were a part of Kocabaylıoğlu Live Art Festival. She works as an actress and a performer in Berlin. The Way to the Hollywood is her debut as a filmmaker. So, in your movie, we have a Jelena actress and our pair in a German village designs unique postcards, which are very lovely, very hardworking, in fact, and by selling them, Jelena tries to earn and collect money for her film studies, for her future, in fact. So, but you couldn't find 10,000 euros as far as I guess, am I right?
That's right, yes.
So it's a very funny story, a self-esteem story, in fact, and it's an autobiography, as far as I understood. Can we identify your movie in that way, or how can you identify your movie yourself, please?
Well, thank you for your question, and I have to say that I'm really, really honored to be the part of your festival. Thank you for inviting me. I'm not actually sure how to answer that question because that is a new field for me, doing documentary. So it is about one part of my life, about those months that I was working as au pair. So yeah, it's I would say a story about particular time in my life. So it's not a biography, but it's just capturing those months, that moment.
Yes, short but so informative, in fact, for the audience, that we learned you are capable of doing other things than the standard jobs or works, and you try to earn your life by your hands, by these lovely handcrafts, and in a part of that you are so passionate about them.
Well,
to sell and to serve that these to public, in fact.
Yes, so it was several months that I've been there, and I didn't earn almost anything, and I needed that money for staying in Germany, because when you're from non-European country, you need to have 8,000 euros on your bank account in order to get visa to stay, and then I needed some money for my scholarship. So, and in that moment, I was like feeling, well, pretty much depressed because I didn't see way out. So I had a few months before beginning of the studies, no money. That means maybe the studies won't begin for me. And that's when I realized, okay, maybe I could do something with the things I do. I like to create things, so I'm pretty skilled in. I think I'm skilled in creating something. So I thought the idea to do that postcards.
Yes.
Yeah, it was I think it was something that really helped me because it was a tough time. being an actress who came to work as au pair. So I had to take care of 3 children that were less than 4 years old. So I had a baby, few months. The second child was 2 years old, and the third one 4 years old. So it was like 24 hours a day job.
Oh.
And and then I had to find something to focus the creativity I had and that I needed for myself. So I put it in that work by doing postcards in order to be able to stay here.
Yeah, that's a long journey. In fact, as far as I understand your work there, and you are filming all of this process in a way. Did you plan to film to turn it into a movie, or it was just came out of in a natural way?
Well, at the beginning, it was. As I said, I found that goal, and I was sure I'm gonna make money and everything will be fine. My life will change. And then at the very beginning, I told that to my friend, who's an editor, and she said, "Well, why don't you film your process?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Why should I film that? Like, who wants to watch that? Come on!" It's I have to say that was 7 years ago. So everything was filmed in the beginning of 2012. And I was like, yeah, nobody is interested in watching that kind of stuff. But I was like, okay, maybe it will help me also to make, to have like contact with audience, which isn't there, but like that's, maybe you can see that I'm talking to myself in a third person as I'm talking to somebody else. So I was presenting all the time, you know, as I have someone to talk with, to have a dialogue with, except the persons that are in the film.
Yeah.
So I think it helped me also as a person to go through that, like, and having somebody on my side from the other lens of the camera. Actually that I would think I was supporting myself in that way.
Yeah. So, Merve, would you like to ask any details about the flow of the story or the plot?
Maybe I will have a comment. In this film, I easily identified myself with you, Jelena, because I think at the beginning of 2012, I was also looking for funding for my PhD. And as a student coming from a non-European country, I had the chance to go and study in Scotland, but I had to pay a lot of money, but I had some partial scholarship. Then I made a Kickstarter project and made my male friends to put on themselves Scottish kilts, but not kilts, something seems like a kilt in Turkey, which is not which is not a custom in Turkey, actually. I mean, they don't wear skirts, but in that way we tried to find a way to gain attention for my project, and I had to collect scholarship in that way, but that led me that opened another door for me, and I had the chance to appear on mainstream media. And then I could find some little partial monies from different places. And when I was going to the UK, I had no money. And after 7 years, I was able to finish my PhD. So I could see this sincere relationship, this sincere similarity between our stories. And that's why we want, because I think I don't want to be humble about this issue. It is something that you have to be passionate about it. And you are looking for something almost impossible. But it is also shows us that, as you can see, the theme of this year is superheroism. And your film was perfectly fit that theme. So that's my impression about the film.
Thank you so much. Yes, as why I'm really honored to be the part of your festival. When I saw that this year's theme is superheroism and that you recognized that act of mine as something that is that you could call superheroism, I was really, really honored. But I want to say that maybe, like, looking from the distance now, I think the superheroism in this story was that I came with 26 years old, as 26-year-old, and, you know, taking care of 3 children. So I think that was a heroic act, because it's a lot of job. And mothers, I'm not a mother, but I know the mothers know what that means. It's a hell of a job. It's and when you have, like, you know, total stranger who has to take like, it's not something that you, I think, have in yourself. I mean, what I want to say, as a mother, you have that need to take care of your child and everything. And now you come here, that's your job. You don't get any money of that, but you still have to be with those kids, because, you know, they're not full that you don't have any money to go to the studies. So I was really happy when the kids accepted me, when we had a great time, when they started to learn Serbian. They even, the youngest, I think he said his first word in Serbian, actually, not in German. Yeah, so that was also, that is the heroic act that I see behind this film.
Yes, then we can call that it's the two-way of heroism.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think that what you said, I don't think that a lot of people know, or if you're coming from non-European country, you don't have that kind of issues. You don't have to fight for, you know, to fight for that money, to fight for being acknowledged and privileged and everything. So I think it's also a good example to show the people, hey, not everybody have the same rights, although we all live in Europe, but it's not the same for everyone.
And everyone doesn't have the same chance. The rights and chance, they fit each other maybe in our lives, unfortunately.
Yeah. Duygu, it starts even at the border of these countries.
Yeah.
There is a label called European passport holders and non-European ones, and people just passes very quickly, and sometimes you wait like for 1 hour to be there, and you are interrogated, and then when you go in that country, your currency is different. So the money you collected in your country doesn't mean anything in that sense. And in addition to the responsibility of studying at the university, you have to survive in that country, again, as a non-European student. And also, before the pandemic, for example, at European universities, we had some... What was that? A kind of population counting. You had to go and say, hey, I'm still living here, and you had to sign a paper periodically, but other European countries didn't have to do that. So thank you for bringing this issue on the table, Jelena. I can totally understand you, and that's why maybe I could identify with the film.
I think that was also my motivation to end this film. You know, as I said, I started filming it 7 years ago, and then all of my life changed. I started with studying in Hamburg, then I changed to Berlin. Then after the studies, I got a play to work in Berlin, so I didn't have time. And then when Corona started last year, I was like, oh my God, okay, so now we're locked. I have a lot of time. What should I do with myself? And then I like in the back of my head was, okay, you have that material, so maybe it is something interesting. And when I looked through that material, I saw that okay, so the situation was different. That what we were now telling about non-European countries. Then this urge, this need to fight for, you know, to fight for better future for everything. Then I was okay. So this film definitely can motivate people, to motivate young people who want to change their lives, who think it's impossible, but if they believe enough, I think everything can happen. So that was actually why I was able to finish it, because for me it was like, okay, that's the past tense, that happened, that helped me in that moment. I'm over with that story. But now when I saw it, especially in this lockdown where we cannot do anything, and our motivation is getting lower and lower, I thought, okay, maybe it's a right time to do it.
Yeah, so you take advantage of being under lockdown, maybe we can say.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. I think
you take the advantage of being locked down.
Yes. Well, when you have a lot of time, you have to do something creative with that time. Otherwise, it can be really not healthy.
Yes. So most of us in Turkey, living in Turkey, which creative people, in fact, the musicians, artists, and who earn their money outside and being with people, the productive and creative people are about to go not to bad places. So we should turn this process vice versa and be productive and hopeful, much more positive for future projects, maybe.
Yes, definitely. I think we have to learn to live with it. Mm-hmm. Because it's 1 year since that like happened in Europe, and we are still in that state, so it won't disappear. So we have to learn to adjust our lives till I don't know, till we get all vaccinated, or I don't know, till it becomes like a normal flu. We just have to find a way. That's the best we can do.
Yes, I'm totally agree with you. Unfortunately, we have nothing to do, but we are doing virtual film festival. That's all we can do best for now.
Yes, and thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. So, do you have a future project you are working on? You said you are working in lockdown. Are you planning to write something or short or feature project? Do you plan anything?
Yes, I'm currently working on or I'm writing an application for a new documentary. It's about one place that was gathering. It's like a restaurant, or was a restaurant with a live music. That was gathering a lot of people in Croatia, so the place where I was born, and everybody would come from ex-Yugoslavia. Everybody was coming there and celebrating. And then when the war started, this was like the first target, and it is destroyed, and it's like an ugly ruin staying in that place. So I wanted to make a documentary about that project. So now I'm writing the application, and hopefully I will have some finances to do it.
Yeah, I'm already curious about it, and we hope you will find the right financial support. Most of our audiences from cinema departments, they are students, university students, and they are frequently asking about the funds. We know from your that movie, you try to create your own fund. However, in general, what you do with financial process, we can maybe talk about this a little bit.
Well, this movie, The Way to Hollywood, is obviously a no-budget project. I have a good friend of mine who gave me his music for free, and I just had to pay someone to like do to clear the sound that was. But there's a lot of foundations here in Germany, but I don't find myself as a director, so I'm not applying to them because I think I don't have a chance. So basically, I will apply with this project I told you about in Serbia because it's a theme that has to do with that country. Mm-hmm. And that will be the fund of Film Center of Serbia. Okay. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, so far I kind of work and then from my own money try to finance other works that I do. So doing as actress, when I get some good money or something, I try to put that in my work as a director or as a performer. Yeah, but hopefully that will change and that I will get the help from the state to make a new project.
Okay, nice to hear that. So in Turkey, most of the people try the same way as you do. We earn money from somewhere that which is more paid and collect it to spend our own dreams, in fact, our own projects. So what you said, as Merve said, she identified herself with your movie, and I can identify your luggage and idea with myself. As far as I know, most of the creative people will feel the same way. So there are my questions. Thank you so much attending us. Thank you so much for being here. Maybe Merve has other questions or.
Yeah, actually, we know that you also appeared at another movie at our selection, God's Will. So are you continuing with your performing in films, or apart from directing, what are you doing as a professional level?
Yes, I have to say that God's Will was also my first child as a producer. So I'm trying to finance or to find finances for the TV series God's Will. I'm doing that with Tanja Brzakovic, the director, and yeah, that's our next big project. And other than that, I also we did actually one documentary on the second wave, it is called. So it's about the trip to Spain, where like all the countries were in lockdown, and you would get information through the cell phone, like from your colleagues or from friends living in those countries, where they were saying, "Oh, they're gonna lock everything. You have to go. You have to get there until 12, or you want to get into the country, they will like return you." So yeah, that's the new film that accidentally I play in it. I mean, I'm not playing; it's real story, it's documentary. Yes, and yeah, like in this time, I'm not sure that there are a lot of things happening actually in Germany. So at the moment, I just have the films that I did on festivals, and hopefully that the next one that are coming are also going to have festival live. But I would really love to be live, because I mean it's really nice to see you online, but I think we would have a really nice time in Izmir all together, and we could also talk more about experiences that we had with our films, and yeah, to see how the people in the other countries are doing. But this is also great. I mean, you have found the way, so thank you for doing it.
Thank you for your great works and for contributing to our festival. And also, the only thing I can say for the time being is wishing good luck for your future projects, and hope to be together physically in the near future, let's say.
Yes, that would be great. Yes, I think by the end of this year something will change.
Yeah, we hope so. So thank you so much for attending.
Thank you, Jelena.
Thank you. Bye.
And nice to meet you again. Bye.
Bye. And this was our last Q&A conversation for today. Tomorrow we will continue our conversation and Q&A sessions. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget to watch movies on our festival website. It's totally free of charge, and just sign up and enjoy the festival. Thank you.